Google is doing it again. Jamboard is dead. Now they're killing it at the end of 2024. But don't worry, here are 7 alternatives that you can use to up your whiteboarding game. Now I'm going to show you a brief overview of each of these 7 and at a later time in-depth deep dive videos on each of these 7 applications. So let's jump onto the computer. Now here we see the first one, and this is Miro. Now Miro is an amazing application. It's one of those applications that people don't really know about it, but then once they check it out and they try it, they fall in love with it. They see how easy it is to use and they start using it more and more often. So let's have a look at what we can do and why you might want to use this in an educational setting. Now here at the top, you can see we have a number of recommended templates, but what we are going to do is we are going to click on that plus icon. I can start a new whiteboard. Now it automatically surfaces a number of templates. These are great if you want to save a lot of time. So let's have a look at some of these. We can scroll down and then we see a number of different templates, visual tables, brain writing, and more. Now here on the left-hand side, you can find even more templates. We also have these things called building blocks, and these are things that we can bring into our whiteboards to upgrade them. So for example, we have sticky note packs, sticky note multicolor packs, and these grids. Now these are great. Now if you remember from Jamboard, we had those individual sticky notes. Well, here we have a more advanced version of this. Let me show you. For example, here we have this sticky note table. If I wanted to add this, I can click on add to board, and it's automatically going to pull this into my whiteboard. You can see I can change the size of these sticky notes to really match what I'm after, what I need from my whiteboard. In addition to adding items, you can see that my whiteboard scrolls to the left and the right, and I can zoom out and zoom in quite a lot more than what was possible in Google Jamboard. On the left-hand side, you have all your tools that you might want to use on a whiteboard. And so here you can see we have our various template tools. If you need more building blocks, you go there, you can add them into your whiteboard. But if you've already got a building block, guess what? Each individual element can be personalized. So for example, if I wanted this second column to have a different color of post-its, I can always go in and I can change the color of these post-its as easy as clicking on them and then changing their background color. I can also double click, and then this lets me type onto that post-it note, for example, demo. It automatically resizes the text similar to what you are familiar with. In addition to that, we have a number of different font styles available, and we can change the size of our text if we don't want to leave it to automatically adjust. Now, one thing that was often the issue with Jamboard was you weren't always sure who had put what where. Well, in Miro, that is not an issue because you can click on this and then you can always here on this bar find who the author of this was. So when I say show author, it automatically shows a name underneath that board. We can also add various tags to this. So for example, this is a maths tag. Well, we can create that tag and then add it to our various post-it notes or other notes on our board. As well as adding tags onto our board, let's have a look at, for example, this one here. We have our maths. Well, we can also add in some emojis. So let's say that I'm going to add this laughing emoji. And now we can start leaving reactions onto each other's post-its as we are brainstorming or as we are working on this collaborative project. Now, seeing as this is just a brief overview of what you can do, one thing you're probably wondering is where is the pen tool? Well, the pen tool is on the left-hand side, and you will see that here on the left-hand side, you have all your various tools, and one of those is our pen tool. Now, the pen is not just a standard pen, because that would be too easy. We also have a number of additional features. We have our highlighter, we have smart drawings, erasers, and the lasso tool. We can change the size or the width of our pen and also the color used. In addition to that, as you can see, we have a number of default settings and we can change these, and then it automatically saves these for us in a quick dial so we can quickly access these to start working with them on our whiteboard. A feature many people liked about Jamboard was how collaborative it was. Well, you can do that with Miro as well. So in the top right corner, we can share this board. I'm going to share this. I'm going to give it a demo name. Let's save this. And now I can invite additional users. So I'm going to invite someone to my team and this board. So I'm going to copy that invite link and I am going to share it with another account. And here we go. I'm in the board. I can wave hello. I can leave reactions for the others. It's all up here. And then other people will see those reactions. In addition to not just working collaboratively, so let's say that I want to say hello on this board, well, the other user will also see where my cursor is. So as you can see here, I have this highlighted. Well, I'm going to move my cursor to this post-it on the left-hand side. So now, as you can see, we are moving around and the cursor is highlighted live on the whiteboard. So you can see as I move my cursor to the right, the other users can also see where I am at on this board. This is a great feature, an amazingly useful feature to have on a collaborative online whiteboard. That's Miro. On to the second option, Lucidspark and Lucidchart. Now, these are two products, both by the Lucid company. Lucidchart is all about charts and flow charts and all sorts of diagrams. And then Lucidspark, that is your whiteboard solution. So let's go ahead and have a look at it. Here, I'm going to click on New, and I'm going to create a new Lucidspark. I'm going to open up a new one, and I'm going to create this from a template. So let's go ahead and click on Create from Templates. That's going to pull in a bunch of different templates, and you will see they have different icons. So the Spark has a star icon, and the chart has these brackets. Now we want to use the Spark style because that's not a file. And so we're going to go to the brainstorming, and let's go ahead and have a mind map. We're going to click on Open. This is going to open up a template version of the mind map. Again, part of Lucidspark. They also have an educational program, just like Miro. Links will be in the description below. A very familiar interface to any other whiteboarding app. On the left-hand side, we have all our tools. So we have our template tools. We can also import various things. We have our cursor. We can add text. We can add in sticky notes, shapes. We can even add in lines and connectors, or also frames. Now I'm looking for the pen tool. So here we're going to click on the pen tool. Go ahead and click on the pen tool. Let's choose a color and let's zoom into our work. Now we can start writing here, as you can see, and we can also move our mind map around. Now let's say that I want to start typing into one of these circles. I can always double click on those and I can just type into that circle. This is part of my mind map, but a mind map wouldn't be a mind map if we couldn't add more nodes. And so let's go ahead and do that. We are going to add in some more nodes. So let's go ahead and add in another circle right here. And now with that line, we can connect these together. So I'm going to connect these two together. There we go. And as you can see, the arrow automatically points in that direction. Now, maybe you do not want an arrow, no problem. You can click on that line and change the end of your arrow to be a none. And now we do not have that arrow there. Now, another thing you can do within the Lucidspark mind maps and other brainstorming whiteboards is you can also leave reactions. So for example, here I can go to the hello, I can leave a reaction, choose any of the emojis, and then simply add that to this element. I can also, similar to the previous one we looked at, add various tags to different objects and save these tags later on. In addition to that, I can add in my post-its. So let's go ahead and choose our first post-it. Here we go. Let's create a maths tag similar to what we've done. We're going to create that new tag, and there we go. It's automatically added onto that post-it. And so as you can see, all those features are available in Lucidspark as well. Do check out the links in the description because they will link you to the correct place where you can sign up to get access to these applications. Lucidspark also has collaboration, and so let's go ahead and share this. We're going to get this share link, going to copy it and open up our second account. We're going to invite our second account in, and similar to the previous one, you can see we can collaborate easily. So I'm going to just type test on this side. There we go. And let's jump to the other account, and you can see the other account immediately sees that change. Also similar to the previous one, you have a live view of where the other people are working. So let's go back to our split view. And now again, just like before, as I move around the whiteboard, you will see the cursor move on the other whiteboard instance. Again, great for collaboration. You can see where people are working and what they are doing. And that's our second alternative, Lucidspark and Lucidchart, which brings us to number 3, Figma. Now, Figma is another one of those applications that has an education account. Free forever, sign up as an educator, get verified, and you get full access to the professional version with all the tools free of charge. Now, Figma, as you can see here, again, it has many built-in templates. So at the top, I can create a new design file or a new FigJam board. That's what we're going to be using today, the FigJam boards. So let's go ahead and click on FigJam board, and I'm on my new board. Now, as you can see, there's a couple of ideas here because that's a brainstorming template, but I can change that on the left-hand side. Let's go ahead and choose an agenda. This is what that would look like. Flowchart, bug bash, little game, or a design criteria where we can sort of add in our ideas. I'm going to go for the brainstorm. Let's click on this template, and there we go. It's immediately added into my whiteboard. I can move around the whiteboard, so let's select the hand, and then I can just move around, or I can select various items, and I can start interacting with them. So for example, here I'm going to type demo text. Now, as you may have noticed, there are less tools on the FigJam boards, and that is for ease of use. So you can see here, we still have our pen tool. We can still scribble and write onto our board. We have all our colors at the bottom, various additional tools that we may want. We even have some tape. So it's a lot of fun to add that tape on top of our text. So for example, we can mask out different objects and areas. And we also have the various sticky note tools and shapes. In addition to that, you will see that there is a plus icon here on the right-hand side, and this is where we pull in different stickers, templates, widgets. So you can see here on the stickers, we have a number of different stickers we can add in. Again, this is very much a great application to be using with the younger students, where these fun little stickers and additional elements are really going to make a huge difference in creating attractive, interactive whiteboards. Yes, this is also interactive. Again, you have that share button at the top. You can share this with other people. So let's go ahead and demo this. We're going to open it up in our different accounts. And here we are in our second account, also with access to that whiteboard. Let's jump into our split view. As you may have guessed, yes, we also have a live view of where our cursor is. We can again see all the collaborators, where they are and what they are doing. Back to the main view. Now, FigJam is not just an online whiteboard, it also has a desktop app you can install. Simply click on the logo in the top left corner and then click on Get Desktop App. And it will run really fast and smoothly, even when you're on a slower internet connection. And this brings us to application number 4, Canva. Yes, Canva. Canva, everyone loves Canva. Well, Canva also has a whiteboarding application. On your Canva homepage, let's say you've signed up as an educator, you have access to Canva for education. Well, you can now also use the whiteboarding tools. So here, simply make sure you've selected whiteboards. It's at the top, and you will find a number of, you guessed it, templates. Let's open up some templates. Let's get the planning whiteboard open for everyone to enjoy. We're going to click on this, opens up in a new tab, and we have access to our whiteboard. Just like before, you can start adding in your elements with that little twist that you are using the Canva interface. So here on the left-hand side, all the familiar elements are there, your text, your uploads, drawing, projects, everything you are familiar with can be used to create your whiteboard experience. Let's go ahead and pull in a project plan. I'm going to click on this template. Now here we go. Our project plan has been imported. We can zoom in and we can see all the different elements of this project. Now, if you hold down the space bar, you can grab the whiteboard and move it around. If you hold down the control key, you can zoom in and out using the wheel on your mouse. Again, this is very similar to all the other whiteboarding apps. You can highlight the various elements. You can change the color, change the position, right-click on the element to move it up or down a layer. This is great when you've got little overlapping elements and you want to make sure everything is visible to your users. As before, you can share this template. You can have collaborators all at the same time interacting. And yes, you also see that cursor move around the screen as your team members are moving around the area. Another great whiteboard. Now, where's the pen tool? Well, here on the left-hand side, we have our draw tool, and this is different. This is specific to our whiteboard. These are the various tools we have available to, again, whiteboard onto our digital whiteboard. Great for when you need access to these type of tools. So these are your first 4 Jamboard alternatives. Now let's jump on to number 5. Number 5 is our TutorialsPoint whiteboard. This is a free online whiteboard, no sign up required. You simply go to the website and you get access to a basic whiteboard for when that is what you require. So you can see here we have our pen tool. I can draw, I can get started on that. At the top, you see I have multiple boards. That means when I click on this icon here on the left-hand side, I create a second board. I can prepare, I can draw, and I can always go back to the first board to have access to my previous notes, my previous teaching. On the left-hand side, you will also note that we have our background image tool. So let's go to a new board and let's go to the background tool. This is where we can change the colors. So we can add a background color or we can choose our own color. But what I like about the background tool is the various lines available. So here, for example, on the left-hand side, we have this background, this one, as well as this one. This is great for when you have access to a writing tablet or a stylus, and then you can actually write onto these lines. So this is TutorialsPoint. Now I hear you say, oh, you're not signing up for an account, so you lose access to everything. Well, not necessarily. On the left-hand side, what you will see is here on the left-hand side, there is a button that says download and upload. This allows you to download this as a file, a board file, and then at a later time, you can re-upload that board file, .board, and use it on this website. So yes, you can save your previously created whiteboards, even though you're not signing up for an account. Great if you're in a situation where signing up is not feasible, or your students need access to a whiteboard and you don't want the website to store or save any information. This one will let you do just that. On to option number 6, and this is the web whiteboard. Now, webwhiteboard.com is by the same people as Miro, but this is a lightweight version. No sign up, no storing of these files. You simply get access to a whiteboard. It's live for 24 hours and then it gets deleted. So here you can see we can add our first objects. We have all these various different objects we can add in. You can see that I can move them around, very similar to what we have access to in Miro. We can double click, we can type on these, and we can add those tags and smiles. If we then choose to sign in and create an account, it will automatically save it to our Miro account. However, we can use this for 24 hours and then it will automatically disappear. You will see here at the top, it says save to my boards. That is an option you have. You can save it to your own boards, but again, you don't have to save this. You can use this temporarily for whenever you want to quickly demonstrate something to your students. You have a great little pen tool here on the left-hand side, so a great little app to have available. Which brings us to alternative number 7, and this is for all those Office 365 users or Microsoft users. See, Microsoft also has a whiteboarding app, whiteboard.office.com, and this will bring you to this page. Here you can click on New Whiteboard, and Microsoft brings all the templates you could possibly need for your whiteboarding needs. We have various brainstorming templates, daily stand-ups, and so much more on the left-hand side. We have games, we have workshops, retrospectives, project planning, design and research, problem solving, so many different options. So let's go ahead and use the brainstorming option here, and let's select the topic brainstorm. I'm going to preview this first, so I'm going to click on preview, shows me a big preview. Let's say I want to use this, I can click on use this template, and it automatically gets pulled into my whiteboard. You can see I can choose where I want to put this. I'm going to place it right here in the middle. There we go. Put it onto my whiteboard. It's a lovely little whiteboard. I can move around this. And again, using that mouse wheel, I can zoom in and out and add items. As you can see on the bottom, I can add reactions, sticky notes, and then we also have that pen tool that everybody likes to use whenever they're whiteboarding on one of these online whiteboards. Now here, as with the others, you can share, you see those collaborative cursors. So with these 7 alternatives, nobody is going to be mourning the loss of Google Jamboard and how Google has yet again killed off one of its applications. We have 7 alternatives from lightweight to just middle of the road, lots of stickers, fun for primary, all the way up to professional whiteboarding applications with full-on diagrams and charts. So any of these will do. Choose the one that fits your workflow. Maybe you're going to use all of these or multiple choices depending on the lesson or depending on what you need them for. Now, this video was in response to a question from one of our channel members who was asking, what do I do? Jamboard is disappearing. What's an alternative I can use? I just want to say a thank you to all the other channel members. The names are right here. Thank you for your support. You are making the creation of this content and our channel possible. If you would like to become a member as well, you can find that button at the bottom. Simply scroll down, find all the links and the join button, and you are good to go. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.